Alina Habba, you know Alina, the beautiful attorney for Donald Trump. Alina Habba is now the U.S. District Attorney there, at least interim, in New Jersey. And she's been coming out warning people in New Jersey, the governor specifically, the AG specifically, that you know what? You can't do this with this sanctuary city stuff. It's just not going to fly. So she issued this warning and said, you know, you get in the way and you're going to pay the consequences because it's just not allowed. It's not appropriate. You can't do this. You are interfering with federal law enforcement. And again, I've said this. I'm going to say it again. I'll tell you every single day. If there's one power that the federal government has, it is to go after people who are here illegally. They have every right to do this, even if you're a sanctuary state, because why? They have jurisdiction. It is why when Governor Abbott wanted to put the wall back up down in Texas that the Biden administration was tearing down, he didn't have the legal ability to do that. Because unless he wanted to secede from the United States of America, the federal government, in that case Biden, had every right to say, nope, we're going to tear this thing down. As frustrating as it was, but that proves to you just exactly the kind of power that the federal government has when it comes to the border. So Alina Habba is putting these guys on notice. Listen to her.
New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy has ordered local police in the state to stop cooperating with immigration officials. Now, we did reach out to the governor's office for comment, but shockingly, we've yet to hear back. Now, the U.S. Attorney for the District of New Jersey, Alina Habba, is here with more. Is that true? Do you have proof of that? Have you heard that to be true?
Let me give you a very brief summary of what we do know. We know that the governor has on his website currently do's and don'ts for his local state of law enforcement. Those do's and don'ts instruct them not to cooperate with illegal immigrants who have administrative warrants that have been issued by the court after due process saying that they are no longer welcome here. They have gone through the court system. They are to be deported. It is instructing them to go against our federal rules, our executive orders. And I am unfortunately going to announce on your show tonight, Sean, and I want it to be a warning for everybody, that I have instructed my office today to open an investigation into Governor Murphy, to open an investigation into Attorney General Platkin, who has also instructed the state police not to assist any of our federal, and they list our federal agencies that are under my direction, the FBI, the DEA, all these individuals that are trying to clean up our streets in New Jersey, not to cooperate. That will no longer stand. Pam Bondi has made it clear, and so has our president, that we are to take all violent criminals and criminals out of this country and to completely enforce federal law. And anybody who does get in that way, in the way of what we are doing, which is not political, it is simply against crime, will be charged in the state of New Jersey for obstruction, for concealment, and I will come after them hard. Those investigations will start immediately. The governor and the attorney general.
Wow. So they're on notice. And you know what? She's not wrong. Okay? As much as the mainstream media wants to flip out over this and say that this is some kind of authoritarian measure, again, I get back to the basics here, that the federal government has the constitutional power to patrol the borders. And if you, as the attorney general or as governor of a state, are getting in the way of that process, it goes back to what Homeland's been saying all along, that you're then jeopardizing the lives of law enforcement for the federal government. And you're going to find yourself in a whole you-know-what load of trouble. Here's Homan just the other day.
Sanctuary state governors, Tim Walz, J.B. Pritzker, Kathy Hochul, they've been called to testify in front of Congress. They're investigating, Congress is investigating sanctuary status for these places. When will we see an end to sanctuary status?
Can't be soon enough, because sanctuary cities are sanctuary for criminals. Here's what people need to understand. Every time they release a public safety threat, illegal alien public safety threat back in the community, it puts the community at great risk of crime. They like to say, well, we do this because we want victims and witnesses of a crime to feel safe to come to law enforcement without the fear we're working with ICE. That's just a bunch of malarkey, because the victim and witness of crime don't want the bad guy back in their neighborhood either. So help us make these communities safer. For instance, Chicago. When I went to Chicago, within 2 days, we arrested, I think it was 9 members of TDA, Trend Iowa. We arrested 7 child sexual predators. We arrested 2 illegal aliens who committed murder. So we are trying to make the community safer, and sanctuary cities should be helping make their communities safer. We're not asking you to be immigration officers. We're asking you to do the job you're supposed to do. Your number one responsibility is protect your communities. Help ICE protect your community.
Yeah, I mean, right? I mean, this shouldn't be that hard. Again, this is why he was elected. You had no common sense from the left, no respect for the communities that are actually here in America now that want to be kept safe, that want to have their own chance of survival, economic, and frankly, just, day to day. Because when you're dealing with the kind of lawlessness, frankly, that we dealt with during the Biden times, there's going to be pushback. If the Democrats knew what was good for them, they would actually not be doing things like what I'm showing you here on the screen that Elon Musk reported. And thanks to our friends over at Fox Business for this graphic here. Unbelievable. You look at 270,000 people being admitted and being given Social Security numbers that had come here illegally in the year 2021. That thing ballooned all the way to over 2 million in the year 2024. And we know why. Okay, we know why. New York is a good example of it. They had 800,000 people that were non-citizens that they wanted to vote in the election. It had to get shut down by the upper court there in New York. Thank goodness. But does it happen next time? Like, what happens next time around? What was the intention here? It's pretty darn disturbing, really and truly, when you look at what was actually going on.